Oh, man. I've been keeping that one on the back burner for a while. Kind of a Grateful Dead homage for Phil Lesh. What do you say? Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Friday Happy Hour Hangout here at the Director's Garage. Sennheiser HD-820 in the house. Don't pull these out that much, but every now and then I get the urge, and today was the urge, so there you go. Had an interesting week, to say the least. We got a lot to do today. I'm going to get some more light in here. Probably good for business. We're going to go over the November sales. That's important. Welcome, everybody. Cheers. Happy Friday. It's happy hour. I'm going to go over the November sales, what's going on, what you can get at a discount. Different places have got some things. One of them we got to do right away because there's a time element to it. And then I'm going to show off. Had a little camera disaster. I'm going to go over that in a second. It's far worse than what it appears. And then we're going to talk about, what are we going to talk about? We've got a hangover hangout tomorrow. No planned guests per se. It's just going to be a bunch of us hanging out and showing off our shit and talking music and all kinds of stuff. That's going to be tomorrow. If you're in the mood and you want to stop by, it's $3 to get in the door, and you get access to all the past hangover hangouts, conversations with Audeze and Ray Samuels and ZMF Zach and Ryan and all just tons of them. Kai Molden from Noble Audio has stopped by. It'll be good. It's going to be a great time. And that'll be tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. Pacific time. We charge $3 to help me pay for the stuff to keep it going, and also to keep the trolls out. Just kidding. Otherwise, all the people who hate on me on my daily show would just stop in and cause trouble, and it would be not much fun for us. What else? We've got a viewer system today. JTB, our good buddy JTB, sent in his viewer system. And if you want to send your viewer system in, you can send it to directorsgarage@gmail.com, and we'll put it on the air. And we'll talk about it. No recriminations. Nobody's going to get beat up for it. But let's get it going. Let's get started. We've got some folks in the door. And I'm going to start this off with the tragedy of the week. No, I'm going to start this out with a positive. I'm working Monday. I picked up a gig on Monday. Real work, real actual work. And this is good. It's not a full-time gig. It's not enough to pay for much of anything, but it's a day of work that could lead to more days of work if I don't, blow it. So let's not blow it. No, it's going to be fun. I'm shooting the premiere of Gladiator 2 at the Chinese Theater on Monday for Paramount, which is good. That's a good start. And it could lead to a lot more things. So we're very excited about that. Everybody's happy. And then, so the other thing I did this week was I had another job, and I shot some. Do I have these photos anywhere? Do I have it anywhere accessible? I didn't think this through, did I? Well, maybe I can do this. I'm going to see if I can get these up for you. So just to show you what I was working on. I did a photo shoot for a therapist who wanted some photos, and so I shot some stuff. I'm just trying to find. There's a good example. That's just a fun. And some of them were headshotty things, and then some of them were more lifestyle stuff. Here's one of the lifestyle shots. I'm going to call this up right now. Let's open this. I can show it to you on the laptop of death, because we can. And so it was just shot around the house, and that was this. This is one of the photos that we shot. Just nice, fun stuff, posing, things like that. Kind of fun. My plan was to shoot part of the shoot with natural light outdoors and take advantage of, kind of a rustic thing. And then I was going to do some formal shots inside in my garage, which I can convert into a studio. So to pull that off, I've got an 8-foot Octa umbrella, which gives this huge wall of light. It's beautiful. It does great things. and a Pro Photo Pack to drive it if you're into photography at all. So I set the camera up, set the shot, and go, okay, now I just need to move the lights into position. And I sprung open this 8-foot Octa, and it knocked my camera. And it sent my camera crashing into my drill press, and it hit the top. And what I'm about to show you is terribly embarrassing, but I have no shame, as you know. Anybody who watches the show knows. And so this is the normal, this is what it's supposed to look like right here, and here's what I did to my camera. I crushed the magnesium body, I broke all the plastic, I broke the eyepiece off, and I did not have this replacement camera to go in its place. So I had to do the whole photo shoot with this busted rig. And I have the eyepiece that broke off, and I just taped it into place. And fortunately, the optics weren't messed up. The focusing system was fine. And I was able to do the shoot in a very embarrassed way. But the problem is this hot shoe is all bent up. And the way I trigger the Pro Photo Pack is with a radio sensor that slides into the hot shoe. So that took out my ability to use the stage studio lights, and so I couldn't even use flash. There's nothing, because this camera, I had the D700 before, which had a pop-up flash that could also be a trigger for other lights, and you could use it that way. This camera does not. It's all built in. You can even see up here on the top, it's cracked up here on the top. It went down hard. It went down hard, folks. Really hard. So I was, messing with this. Now, I did buy a replacement camera. Fortunately, this is now an older model, the D850, but still new. Let's see if I can we do that? Yeah, okay. But still, it's a new camera. That you can still buy these new. They still make them. So I found a new one, but they're only now $2,000 as opposed to $3,500 when I bought this back in 2017, 2018, whatever it was, when I bought this body. And I would have, I'm not going to buy anything newer, because that's, I have all the batteries I need for this. There's a camera grip on this that screws in, and it takes this from a 5 frame per second camera to about a 12 frame per second camera. So you can shoot sports with it, you can shoot fashion, you can do all kinds of things. It's a very versatile camera. And I know this camera backwards and forwards, and I really didn't want to get into like a D6, which would, and the other problem is I can't go with the, Nikon is they're all in the Z series now, which is a mirrorless. This is still a light reflex. You need a whole new set of lenses for those. And I have 20 years of Nikon lenses here. I've got 85 primes, 50 primes, 24-70 zoom. I've got the whole range of Nikon zooms, and the long lenses too for shooting different things. So anyway, so that was terribly embarrassing. I did pull the photo shoot off with my disabled camera. So we've got some, but I wound up losing money then on the shoot. I'm the only person in the world who pays money to do work, because that's what it amounted to. It's very, very bad. It was not a good time. It was not a good scene. I was not happy. All right, we're looking good. I'm gonna turn the air on in here, just because it's a little bit baking. So we'll get that going. So that's mission one. I just wanted to show that off. But let's talk about, I want to go real quick, and we'll get into your chat in a minute. You guys can just start filling that up. I want to talk about the November sales, because there's one we got to talk about right away, because there's only a couple hours left if you haven't gotten into it. And we're going to talk about the Audeze November sale right now. And that is only going on for about 3 more hours. So you got to get in there, 2.5 hours. And there's a few items left you can get on. There's an LCD GX, there's MM500 B stock for $11.99. Good price on that. LCD X, beautiful, beautiful headphone. There's an LCD Paduk, man, that's a phenomenal pair. All these other ones are sold out. This is what they went through. They had some LCD-4Zs, LCD-5s, different things. But their B stock sale is always great. And you can get in on some of these discounts here. Good savings, like, you know, 33% savings on some of this stuff. The earlier stuff, the stuff that went before, there was some 40% off stuff that was really nice. LCD-X, really nice stuff. But you only have 2.5 hours. So if you haven't gone to Audeze, that's kind of, yeah, and they went super fast. ZMF is still having their November sale, and they've added one. They've added the Bokeh, if you prefer, limited closed. They did not have this last week when we last looked at this, and this is a custom pair of Bokeh closed backs with a really nice finish. I'm personally more of a fan of the open back. And so I'm kind of holding on that, but that's not going to be in the November sale because, you know, that's going to be their hot product for the winter. And I cannot wait for that headphone. If I have any working, if I have any ability to get work, that's what I'm going to be doing. Audio 46 has up to 60% off on stuff. If you go over there, make sure you use the coupon code Directors Garage, all one word. And you can get stuff that you can get a nice discount on stuff. I don't know if it applies to the front sale items, but you'll have to ask them. Maybe they'll give you a cut. Maybe they'll give you a nice little snip there. But yeah, there's all sorts of stuff here, and there's a ton of stuff in this. There's a ton of stuff in that list. So go ahead and check that out on your own. I'm not going to sit here and go through all those. And Linsol has their 11/11 sale still going on. And there's all kinds of deals there. Head over to Linsol and you can check that out. I used to have a coupon code for them. I don't remember what it is. You can try Director's Garage, but I don't know if it'll get you anything off anyway. It's been a long time. I have to reconnect with them. But good news for us, speaking of Audio 46, I have the next Director's Garage. This is our next unboxing, mystery box. And that's from Audio 46. And our good friend Rigo over there with Tony and the guys sent us a box, which will be a mystery box. I'll put it in after the Apollo, and then we'll come back to the Apollo for the shootout and the episode after that. I know, guys, this has been a long run to get this Apollo video out, and I'm tremendously sorry. You just have to understand, I've got to find work. We're kind of at that point where I really need to start focusing on work. So I've been focused on connections and getting stuff. So I put some time in on it this week. I got it. I inched it along, but it's not done yet. So it'll get done when it's done, and I'm not going to rush it because I want it to be done well. At the same time, I wish I were faster, but I'm not. And I have other things I need to get done. So those are our major things. And then we have viewer system still to show. That's JTB. We're going to go over to JTB's photos in a bit. He's got some really nice stuff to show off, some nice photos, and we'll take a look at those in a bit. So let's go into the chat, and then we'll catch up with Mr. JTB. Hopefully he'll be able to stop in, and we can use his written words in the chat to go along with his images. Rest in peace, Lou Donaldson, great saxophonist, and Roy Haynes, the drummer, jazz saxophonist and jazz drummer. Fantastic. They did the Blue Note stuff. They're all over the Blue Note recordings. Fantastic stuff. Cheeky Fest, hello. I don't mind that intro, very chill. Yeah, that's one that's been on the shelf for a while because I didn't think it was quite up to the standard as maybe the other ones, but I figured on a Friday we had Phil Leshtai. It was kind of more of a retro thing, and I just thought it would be a fun way to go. Good evening. Isn't it time for Jack D's Friday night happy hour yet? We'll be drinking Jack Daniels. Go ahead and get yourself a bottle and cozy up to your computer or phone or however you're watching this. it'll make me go down a lot smoother if you have a couple of shots of Jack Daniels in you, I promise you. But cheers, everybody. Glad to be here. Neil says a down week for him. He bought an Arya Unveiled, an LCD-5, and a Tambaki deck. Holy God. Well, the Tambaki alone is about 12 grand. Probably got a discount on it, but yeah, that's a hell of a DAC. That was one of the ones I was considering when I was looking at the Lena. It didn't have some of the features of the Lena that I wanted. So I wound up going with the Lena. But great DAC, though. I mean, everybody says so. I haven't spent any time with it, though. I was looking at that one, and the Weiss was the other one. The Weiss 501, 502, 501, I think. Yeah, that's what. You look green. That's talking about my broken camera, I think. Yeah, I need. I was very green that night. that was bad. I can't believe I knocked that thing over, man. It happens. It happens. But boy, I was mortified because I didn't even know if the camera would work because let's see. Let's go back to here. Okay. There's a circuit board up here, and some of this is, there's no stabilization in the body, but this could be the focus. There could be some focusing stuff up here in addition to the sensors for the flash strobe. So I really didn't know what was it. So I had to do some emergency test shots with this camera and go check them out for focus to see if the focus was good. Because if it wasn't going to hold focus, that's game. That's game, set, match. If I can't pull focus, we're done. There's no point. So yeah, another broken camera. Didn't you just get a new lens? Yeah, I broke the lens last time. This camera was trying to commit suicide for a couple of weeks, apparently. It was on its way out, and it felt it, and it tried to expedite. Yeah, that was it fell, and it took the lens with it. This was on a tripod, though. I didn't have my heavy tripod, which is a mistake. I usually always shoot with a metal tripod. When I'm in-house, I take the carbon fiber one on the road. It's lightweight, can go anywhere, and I just didn't think to switch out the sticks, and that was a fatal mistake. Had I had the heavier tripod, it would not have gone over. But because I was on the carbon fiber one, it went face first onto the base, the steel base of the drill press in my garage. Jesus. Oh, so fun. Give Michael a Polaroid camera so he can't damage any more nice ones. I know. It's going to make me just shoot with your iPhone from now on, damn it. Lord. Director's Garage right on time for Friday night. Absolutely. I broke another camera. I know, guys. It happens. Actually, this is still working. So what I'm probably going to keep this for, this will become my B-roll camera for the studio. Because I don't use the eyepiece. I'm using the screen for it, and it will work just fine. Everything's working fine on it. I just don't have a hot shoe, and it's really hard to look through the finder and frame a shot without taping in place the broken eyepiece, which is around here somewhere. But I got the same camera because all the batteries match, and I don't want to go buying new batteries. It's too expensive, and we don't have that kind of money right now, guys. I have things I want to do, like pay Ray for this wonderful B21 Rada back there, which has been getting some workout, a little bit of workout late at night, a couple of nights this week, kind of fun. Kevin Jock says, question for the group, Tyson or Paul tonight? My vote is Tyson. If it stays at a couple rounds. Yeah, I think the problem is going to be if Tyson can't get to him early, and I don't know that his punch is what it was. If Tyson can't get to talking about the boxing match tonight, if Tyson can't get to him early and it goes beyond 3 rounds, he's done. If he doesn't get one in a couple of, then he's just going to tire out. He doesn't have I don't think he's got the legs. I don't think he has the stamina. I don't think he's in that kind of shape. That's just my guess, but We'll see what happens. That's why they fight him. Okay. Adnan says he had an Audeze LCD-3 and got out of stock at checkout. Oh, you couldn't get it in time. Got to be fast. Tyson will kick his rear end. I don't know. Paul has been training, and he is not bad, and he's only 29, and Tyson is my age. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens. LCD-4 went off in seconds. I know, man. Now, did they have an OG LCD-4, or was that the 4Z? I think it was just the 4Z, right? Let's go back to that real quick. I didn't see... Oh, they had an OG LCD-4. Wow. Right here. Sorry, guys. I should show it to you because, you know, not very fun if I don't show it to you. They had an OG LCD-4. Pardon me. Oh, they can't show it to you because it's out of stock. Dang it! I would have loved to see what it looked like on that. And occasionally, like in past ones, they've had LCDRs. They've had some really nice, rarer Audezes for sale. That's still my guys. That's still my favorite Audeze. I really believe that. I think that's still my favorite Audeze. So good, LCD-4. Heavy. It's heavy. Wayne says, Kevin Jacques, he would say Paul only because Tyson doesn't seem as muscular as in his prime. I don't think he's trained as well either. I mean, Tyson was never the same trainer after he got with Don King. Don King really wrecked his career, unfortunately. Kevin, Tyson, it's getting boxing talks. Boxing talk here. Little man in the OG says, it's wild. He used to have a teacher who is Don King's niece. He was in school during his time managing Tyson. Yeah, King really messed up Tyson's career. Anyway, what's in the box? I know. We're going to get to it. Coming episode. I don't want to give that one away. That's going to be a good one. Guess you're not moving now. Well, we don't know yet. I don't need 1 day of work. I need about, 275 days of work. If I can get 275 days of work a year, then we're staying for sure. But we're figuring it out. This is step one though, getting this first one out from under me, and then we'll go from there. This, by the way, the HD-820 is for sale. I don't remember what it's for. I don't know. It's like, I don't know, maybe $1,000, maybe $1,200. I can't remember what I had it for sale for. But if you're interested, it's probably in the Director's Garage sale under one of my videos. Just because I need to make inventory, and these sit in the box too much. Comes with 3 different cables and a custom fancy ass box. Satin lined, cut for that headphone. If you're interested, go ahead and email me, directorsgarage@gmail.com, directorsgarage@email.com, and gmail.com. You know what I mean. Do the thing. Let's go. Lost my job too. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, Johnson. That's terrible. Terrible. I've lost my job in September, and it's been kind of a process to get going, and the industry's been slow, starting to heat up again. Stuff coming, but it's going to be a while. So I'm just getting into it now. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Wayne says, hey, Michael, the local mall looking for a Santa gig. I don't have the beard, and man, my hair, I don't have enough hair. I need a white mane. Nothing a wig won't solve, I suppose. Jeez. Got to get a haircut this weekend, too. I got a gig with this gig on Monday. Anyway, JTB says he's around, but he's getting ready to eat. Hey, JTB, I got to show off your photos, man. I got your photos. Little man OG says a lot of music people died this week, along with Quincy Jones. Yeah, great Quincy Jones. I've got some photos of Quincy somewhere I took of him. I've interviewed him a number of times. He always turned up backstage at like the Grammys and some of those things. And I got some shots of him. I think he was in his wheelchair. I'm not sure. I shot BB King, a lot of those guys. A lot of the OGs. Quincy was just the producer's producer. He was the ultimate producer, and a great musician too. People forget that he was amazing. He was, really could do it all. He was a music person, could do everything. Neil says, January 10th, can you pick us up at the hotel? Perhaps, Neil. Let's we'll have time to figure that out. In case you're wondering, January 10th is, if you are a Patreon crew, those of us in the LA area, and Neil, who's from the San Francisco area, is flying down to Southern California. We're all going to do a tour. We're getting a private tour of the Audeze factory. And if you want to take part in that, just hit up my Patreon, and you can come along with the group. It's going to be a fun day. We're going to get in the afternoon. They'll show us around. They've got a new listening room, they said. They've got a whole new factory to handle all of the overflow from the Sony business that they're doing for PlayStation, all those headphones that they're making drivers for. Amazing stuff. We're going to get a full tour of the, and then a group of us are going to we're going to have one small group of people be the distract team, and they're going to be like the guys who are making crazy faces and noises and stuff that distract them. Meanwhile, the rest of our group is going to split off and go through Audeze looking for the hidden shit. Because you know that they've got to have prototypes on top of prototypes sitting all over that place. We just got to find them. We got to suss them out. So we're going to have like a little distraction group, like get everybody all like, oh, what's going on over there? And then a big bunch of us are going to split off and spread out and go through Audeze factory, all the offices, in search of. Kevin says, so silly. Kevin says, Audeze sold, but that's January 10th. That's the date that we're doing that. So drop on by if you want to take part of that, you can. Audeze sold 6 units of the LCD-4s. They all had the upgraded pads, connectors, headband. He clicked on one as soon as the sale started, but it was gone before he was able to pay. Sold in 40 seconds. I believe it. That is still quite the headphone. I still appreciate it very much. I still listen to it, even to this day. With all these great headphones here, I still spend time with the LCD-4. Marco B, greetings, Michael. Hope all is well with you and the gang. Well, the gang's all here, and things are going well. We've got a job lined up for Monday. That's my first indie gig since leaving my old job, getting laid off, and I'm excited about it. It's going to be some new territory, some familiar territory for me. It is a premiere. I'm very versed with premieres, but it's going to be for a new organization, and we'll have different goals than my last job. So, get into that. JTB says, Quincy, fun facts. He wrote the theme for Sanford and Son. And his song was the theme for the Austin Powers movie, Soul Bossa Nova. I didn't know that. Good fact, JTB. Speaking of JTB, let's go check out his photos while we're here. Half hour in. I don't know how late we'll go tonight, but we'll see. We'll see how the discussion goes and if everybody's down for it. But yeah, I've got JTB's photos. What do we got to do? We got to go to JTB's photos. He gave me a bunch. JTB, overachiever. All right, here we go. Okay. So first up, we've got, this is a ZMF for sure. I want to say, he gave me a list, but I don't have it in front of me because I am underproduced. I am underproduced today. It looks like an Atrium, if I had to guess. Could be a Caldera, but I think it's an Atrium. Nope, it's Caldera. And this is one of those beautiful, oh, it's an Atrium. Because the Caldera's got the thin pattern. That's right. My bad. and that's the epoxy resin with the wood finish. So it does this really cool swirly thing, and then it morphs into wood for the rest of the thing. I think these are a really neat design. Very cool, and one of the best headphones on the market, as far as I'm concerned. Although JTB, I'm noticing here you have got leather. Are these leather or are these suede? No, I'm noticing you've got them stacked with the leather, and I don't know. I think the suede is a better option for that atrium. Okay, well, there you go. But very cool. And then we've got a HiFiman, which looks like maybe an HE-1000, and then I don't know what this third one is. Whoa! I haven't looked at all these guys. I haven't checked this out. This is really cool. I don't know what this is. It's beautiful, whatever it is. Damn. All right, it's going to make me go up. I probably should just go look at his email, because I know his email's got all this stuff in it. It's going to make me sound a hell of a lot smarter. Here we go. Okay. Here we go. Okay. So that was the stabilized atrium, and then the HE-1000 Stealth V4. Okay. So I got it was 2 for 2. But now we're getting into some crazy stuff. Is this the FiO FT1? There's a shit. The shit is a Lyre 3, LYR3 tube amp. Very cool. And then, is this an X Duo? Tiny little amp, very powerful, very nice. And trying to see what that's paired with. Can't tell. Can't tell. Oh, that's the Geshelli, isn't it? Prepared for class, as usual. Yeah, that's a Geshelli. That's what that is. I didn't know the top. I know the front. Geshelli it does a lot of cleared fronts on their stuff. That's how I know. Just like all the girls. Very cool. So there's another shit product there. That would be the Lokius. And then down below this, I don't know what that is. That must be the X2O maybe. I get confused. But it's very cool stuff, guys. This is very nice. Very nice. What's that headphone sticking in the background? It's hiding something. What is that? What is that, JTB? What do you got back there? Is that a speaker? It might be a speaker. Oh, so cool. So cool. HE-1000. This shit stuff, man, you get a lot of bang for your buck with that, and the Geshelli stuff too. Very cool on the casework there. Super impressed. Beautiful stuff, man. Beautiful. And it goes so well with your atriums, you know. Oh, this is like the oh, there we go. There we go. I like the purple insert too, the purple grow cloth. That's a nice actual extra touch to that. Really, really pretty stuff. It's a great combination. I'm really impressed with these. But I'm a sucker for an atrium anyway, and that one's top notch. Very cool, man. JTB coming through with the photos. So cool. All right, fellas, if you want to send your stuff to the Director's Garage or the Happy Hour Hangout, you can send it to directorsgarage@gmail.com, and we'll put it on the air just like old JTB here, who's rocking some pretty nice stuff. So fun. Damn, nice looking stuff. I love this. Even this is a nice little stack here. So cool. Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. I always really like this. I like this, one of my favorite parts of the show to do. I really enjoy showing off the rigs you guys are listening to, because it makes us all think. Like, you know, JTB's. This is a nice system. but it's not crazy expensive. It's not like, you know, the banana stuff. It's really just good, solid components that can make a nice system. And that's all you need. Cheers. It's all good. Very good. Dixter says, cheers, Dixter. Welcome. We need to know how many of the LCD-4 OG they have left. Well, they have none right now, but maybe we'll find some when we go on the tour. Then we'll send our hidden crew, our crew that's going to go scouting, along to grab any LCD-4s that they happen to find along the way. Maybe they'll make it like an Easter egg hunt for us, you know? If you find any of the hidden headphones, you get to keep them. Audeze tour, January 10th. Early Easter for the Director's Garage. JTB says, tell Audeze to do a run of the OG LCD-4s. Well, I think that might be addressed, you know, we don't know for sure because they wouldn't confirm it, but that might be addressed next year. We might be getting a new version of that LCD-4. They're aware that we're out there, that us passionate LCD-4 people are out there. So, very good. So nice. Too good to use. Yes. That beautiful atrium of JTB is really good. HE-1000 Stealth, yep. Geshelli, Days and Amps. Oh, DACs and Amps, I'm sure. Michael is unprepared for class. Aren't I always? Surprise. You're surprised by that. Okay. Those two things are awesome. Yes, those are the Geshellis. That's awesome. Wayne Hine lives in Australia. He can't get Geshelli Lab stuff easily, but would love to get some Geshelli things. Yeah, you can buy used. Somebody will send it to you, man. That's incredible. That's incredible. Yeah. Very nice. Very nice. Adnan JTB, nice. See, that's what it's about, man. I love showing off your gear. I love showing off. It doesn't, you know, it doesn't have to be the craziest, most expensive. And JTB went down that rabbit hole. Don't think that, oh, JTB was there. He was sitting on the Susvara and multi-kilobuck amplifiers. I know he was. We walked down that path together. I never got off. I would stay on the path with that damn Susvara. He was the smart one. Geshelli DAC and amp stack custom carves. Yes, that's awesome. This is mid-range stuff. He doesn't have Michael type money. Dude, you've been there before. You got smart about it. Show and tell. Neil said he sold his Diana DZ to a nice fellow on HeadFi. Yeah, that guy called me. He wrote me and asked for a reference. So I said, don't listen to that, Neil. Stay away from him. He'll be spending way more than you think you're going to spend. He wanted me to vouch for him. I said, sure. Neil's a good guy, and he of course should do that deal. He listened for 10 minutes and listed them for sale on HeadFi. Wow, that's a shame. That's a shame. He didn't like them, huh? I haven't listened to the DZs. I just want to hear the TC. I want to hear the Diana TC. That's the one that I really would like to spend some time with. I have no relationship at all with anybody at Audeze. So if anybody's got a Diana TC hookup for me, tell Audeze to call, or tell Abyss to call me. I don't have any connections at Abyss. It's a shame. JTB says he decided to spend his money on guitars and gears over headphone setups. That's fine. You know, we all got to make choices. I could have blown into a full new camera setup. We don't have the money for that right now. So I went out and found this camera, the camera that I'm familiar with, that I'm comfortable with, still new in the box. Normally I tell you, if it was an earlier life, if I was still employed where I was employed, and I had the money rolling in and all that, I would have probably upgraded the whole camera rig. I probably would have gone to either a D6, or I would have sold it all off and gone with it, gotten into the Z setup, because the Z is where it's at. Everybody's shooting with the Nikon Z cameras. And honestly, the other thing I should have done years ago was switch to Canon, because so many of my friends shoot Canon, and I will tell this to I'm too vested in Nikon to switch at this point, but if I had to do it over again, I would have gotten Canon, because my life would have been so much easier. All of my friends shoot Canon. I've got everybody I know does, and I would have just gotten Canon because I could have swapped lenses, we could have swapped batteries. It would have made life so much easier. But I was just in this Nikon world. I know this gear. Maybe they'll make me an ambassador. The guy who knocks over their cameras. Of course, I'm an ambassador shooting with an ancient camera. I mean, guys, this is like 6 years old, 7 years old. That is an eternity in camera years. But it's still a 40 megapixel camera. It's 46 megapixel. It's amazing. And the F6 is a 20 megapixel. It has better light performance, though. Better low light performance. And it shoots faster. It's designed for sports people and fashion. I want the versatility, and that's what this gives me. No better performance on video, though, with the upgrade. So you have to get into the Z cameras to get into the better slow motion effects and things like that. All right. JTB says, oh, we did that. Adnan says he did catch and release. He did that catch and release listing, by the way, or he did see that catch and release listing. Oh, okay, from Neil for the Abyss. Adnan says, JTB, show us your guitars too. What do you play? I have a bunch of guitars. I just don't. They're sitting in the back room. I don't have. I had them out for a while, and then, you know, I've got my cat Howley who's staring at me from across the room, sleeping, and he likes to tear things up. So until Howley's gone on to a better life, we're not bringing out the nice stuff. I'm not going to have him tearing up my guitars. I have a Stratocaster and a Gibson Les Paul, a gold top, beautiful 56. What do they call that when they remake it? Remake? Reissue? It's gorgeous. It's a beautiful, beautiful, weighty, heavy guitar with gorgeous tone. Both of them actually sound good. The Strat I have is a Strat Plus from about 1991, 92. And it's got these locking nuts on it that the thing just, you cannot make this thing go out of tune. It's amazing. It's got these, it's got thumb screws that go into the neck and into the pegs, and it locks the string in place, so you can't get the thing out of tune using a whammy bar. It always stays in tune. It's fantastic. It's amazing. And it had these gold lace sensor pickups, which I've swapped out and swapped back in a bunch of times. I've changed pickups on that thing a few times. But I had a guy I know across the street tech it for me, and he was not a good tech. I need to have somebody else tech it to fix it. Hey, you want me to tech your guitar? I said, sure, go ahead. You know, take a look at it. And 6 months later, I hadn't got it back. I said, you got my guitar, dude? And he got it back. It had some scratches on it. I'm like, oh, Jesus. What was I thinking? Don't lend your gear out to neighbors. That's what we say. Very good, but we'd love to see those. Send the photos of your guitars if you want, man. That's cool. JTB says he's been to the top of the hiring mountain and quickly came running back down. I think that was the headphone mountain. He actually sent a picture of some guitars. He's a PRS guy. Did you send me them? I have to find them. I don't know. I don't remember seeing them, JTB. Adnan says DZ is actually an upgrade over the TC. I know, but the TC was the one that a lot of people recommended to me for its response and bass response. So I'm kind of leaning into that, but, you know, who knows? But it is something I'm interested in. I would love to hear the TC sometime. I'd like to hear them both, actually. Spend some time with both. That would be great. Adnan says JTB was thinking of the PRS exactly for some reason. Adnan is a Pearl Drums guy, but he now lives in an apartment. That was an apartment. Yeah, you can't play drums in an apartment. Paul Simon wrote a song about that. It's called One Man's Ceiling is Another Man's Floor. It's about thin-walled apartment buildings. That's funny. It was on There Goes Ryman Simon, 1975. Hello. I don't know why I just pulled that out of my butt, but I did. Made me think of it. It's a good album, by the way. That's the one with Kodachrome and American Tune and St. Judy's Comet. Fabulous album. Make that my album recommendation. If you haven't heard that one, There Goes Ryman Simon by Paul Simon from 1975. So Michael has one of those Pearl Jam Stratocasters. Awesome. No, I think this was like a 56 reissue, and it's close to the Page guitar, but it's not the Page guitar. But it's beautiful. It's a gold top. So nice. Very retro, though. All the knobs on it, everything feels retro. It's very vintage feeling. It's really cool. You can play... Jim says you can play electric roll-in drums in an apartment. Yes. And I thought about getting those for my wife one time, but she kind of tired of the drums before because she wanted to play drums. I couldn't, with my torn up rotator cuff, that would be a very painful thing. I've been rehabbing this though. I've been on a rehab plan. Every day I've been spending time on it. Very good. Very good. Well, fellas, what else we got to talk about today? Because I'm running out of topics. The new, for those of you who missed the top of the show, Hangover Hangout is tomorrow. If you missed it, if you missed the announcement, $3. We have no planned guests. I have some invited guests. Nobody has gotten back to me. I have no idea if they'll be able to make it. But I told folks to stop by. They can plug their November sales, and we'll see how it goes. I don't know who's going to show up tomorrow. It could be just us guys hanging out and showing off our gear and talking about music and whatever else. Or it's going to be, who knows what it'll be. So, but it's going to be a fun session. It always is. Goes about 2.5, 3 hours. Starts at 9:30 in the morning. We usually wrap up sometime around noon. And it's a really good time. Everybody's got a camera. Everybody can see everybody. Everybody can talk to everybody. It's really fun. We've had some great sessions in previous years. So if you can, stop by. That'll be great. Next Director's Garage episode, I'm still working on it. As I said, guys, I've been working on getting jobs, and I got one. At least a one-day job. And hopefully it's going to lead to more one-day jobs. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm very excited that the work thing started falling into line a little bit this week. That was kind of important. That was kind of important. One other thing I could do. Last week I showed off an IEM. I don't know where's the other IEMs though from that. Oh, do I have any more? Oh, I put them away. I don't know where they're at, and I can't find them on camera. Oh well. I was going to open maybe one of those IEMs, but they're missing. Yes, they are missing. I don't see them anywhere. And I had a dinner party last weekend, so I kind of cleaned the place up, got it kind of presentable because we had guests, and they all want to see the studio. They're like, well, we've been seeing you on YouTube all this time, and we want to see the actual set. So they come in here, and I let them listen to the Sisvara Through the Ray Samuels amp, and these are guys who know nothing about headphones. They're music aficionados. They are one of the guys was in the music industry. He actually, does a lot of mixing and music jingles and stuff like that for radio and television. And they'd never heard an expensive headphone before. And he's like, call up this track, call up that track. And I've got the Roon set up back there, the iPad set up so you can just punch it in real quick, and I can pick any track he wants, just call it up instantly. And he just sat there for about 25 minutes listening to different songs, and he's like, I can't believe they don't end. The music just keeps going out and out and out. And I'm like, yeah. And then the other guy was like, oh, I know what I want for Christmas. And I said, not so fast. I said, yeah, the headphone you might be able to pick up for $4,000 used. if you can find one, or you can pay full price for the unveiled version. At, you know, he didn't understand the difference between unveiled or veiled, but I said, you can't make it work without this big honking amp back here. that amp is a big part of the system, and it needs it needs to be in the chain, or you are not going to have a good time with that headphone. You don't understand. It's not just the headphone, it's the signal chain, it's the DAC, it's all the things. Where'd my clock go? There we go. Clock. So good. This is a great setup, guys. I'm very happy with the setup and the way it is right now. I just got to find the money to pay old Ray. There were no tears shed, Tommy V. Cheers, Tommy V. There were no tears shed in the making of that audition session. But they were blown away. They were seriously like, whoa. So I had 3 different guys come down here, and they were all listening to different music, acoustic music. I played some tracks that I think are really good. I played the Macy Gray Stripped album, which is, if you guys haven't heard Macy Gray Stripped, go listen to it tonight. They will make the best out of it's such a good album. It's such a good sounding album. They even make bad headphones sound good. That's how good that album is. It was recorded by Chesky Records. So it's a binaural recording of Macy Gray doing acoustic versions of her hip hop songs. Phenomenal album. One of the best engineered albums I've ever heard. It's great. And it's not even high res. I think it's still only 44:1. I don't think there's a high res version of that. So good. So good. So, very, very excited to have people listen. That's part of the part of this. We sort of alluded to it last week when we were talking about custom IEMs versus universal IEMs. The fun of this hobby is when you pull somebody in who knows nothing. They just know that they like music. They're big fans of music, and they have never heard a high-end system before. And you sit them down, and they know they're in for something, because it's an impressive. This is impressive looking shit, guys. This knocks your socks off when you see all this gear back here, and they know they're going to get something. But then when they hear it, and those first notes start to ring out, and they get this awe, they get the awe look, like, what? They've never heard anything like it, and it's like it's a loudspeaker experience, but in a very personal way. Very fun. And I had my buddy over the other day, and we were showing the difference between. This was a couple weeks ago, and we were hot swapping between, because I can run multiple outputs. So I had the Susvara hooked up with the B21, and then I was running the Mullner, so I could run simultaneously the E-stats and the dynamic drivers. And he was like, I want to hear the difference between what the electrostatic does, and because I'm like, it's a totally different approach to sound. So I'm like, you're getting a very different experience, much faster, much more textured, but less impact. Between the difference between the E-stats and the dynamic drivers. So we could actually do that, and we were hot swapping, and to see him get into it, like he'll never be in the hobby the way we're in the hobby, the way all of us are in the hobby, but to hear him opine and like get into it, and like want to hear different tracks, and like, now call up this Chicago track, it's one of my favorites. I'm like, really, Chicago? He's like, yeah, I love it. I'm like, okay. But it was fun. It was just fun. It's fun to see guys that blown away by what's possible, because they've never heard this before. They've never heard this stuff before, and to hear it on top grade stuff, man, so good, so good. Tommy V says, oh, did they cry? No, we did that. Cheeky Fest. E-drums are not drums because they need to go boom. They need to make loud booms. So awesome. Jim Bennett says he likes his piano electric Roland set better than the Pearl he plays with for gigs. They cost a lot more, $8,000. Give me acoustic drums any day. Cheeky Fest. It's the physicality, I'm assuming, that gets it done. You know, it gets it done. All right, guys. I think we're just gonna wrap up today because I don't have anything more going on. That's pretty much it. So we'll be back next Wednesday at our normal time, barring any. We'll be on Wednesday afternoon for next week, and yeah. I want you guys to have a great weekend and enjoy your time. You have a good weekend. Listen to some music. Join me tomorrow on the Hangover Hangout if you can. It's going to be fun. You're going to have a good time, and yeah, it'll be a good time. All right, there you go, guys. All right. I'm going to get out of here. I got the Mrs. Director's upstairs. She's wanting to go to dinner, I'm sure, and we're not going to go out, but I mean, I got to cook something. All right, guys. Take care of each other. Take care of each other, and tip your waiters and waitresses. Recycle those bottles and cans. Listen to some good music tonight, and the Apollo review will be out sometime next year. Okay, guys. Cheers. See ya.